We talked a bit about our first cars at the top of the show today, and I confess I'm a bit curious what my next guest's first car was. Award-winning automotive specialist Tom Voelk is back to talk electric cars and maybe your first car. So we got to start with that. What was your first car?
My first car was a Mazda RX-4. A lot of people know what an RX-7 is, but it had a rotary engine. Car guys like weird cars.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sort of like a Celica, if you remember that, the Toyota Celica, kind of a sporty sedan type of thing. Yeah.
Look at you. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna Google this when it's over today to
Even
to
Google
see this.
will have a hard time finding that car.
Moving on to electric vehicles, which are a little newer, obviously.
Yeah.
You say they really can be better for people than a gas-powered one. Does that depend, though, on where you live and your lifestyle? Tell me more.
Absolutely. An electric vehicle can be better than a gas-powered car because, one, there's a lot less maintenance. There's no oil changes, right? The brakes last longer because you're not using brake pads to slow the car down. You're using the regeneration, the generators.
Oh.
And so typically, I have an electric vehicle that is 10 years old. I've never touched the brakes.
Are you kidding?
They just last forever. So there's less time spending doing that kind of thing. Also, my wife hates going to the gas station.
I mean,
you don't go to the gas station. So when it's a cold day out, if it's raining, anything like that, you don't have to deal with that. So there are some real benefits. The caveat is, to get all of these benefits, you really need to be able to charge where you sleep.
Okay.
Okay, so at home, because for one thing, it's a lot more convenient. You come in, click.
Yeah.
You wake up, you have a full battery pack. And these days, electric vehicles easily go 250 to 350 miles on a charge. Most people drive, what, 35, 40 miles a day?
Yeah, to work or something.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm thinking about with like travel or like road trips, which I love, like how far it would go. So that is interesting with a full charge.
Yeah, and we'll cover that later because I just recently did a road trip in a brand new, to me, car.
And you
from
had
Los
great
Angeles,
success.
from Los Angeles to Seattle, and I didn't have a single issue. I really didn't.
And one thing that I've heard a lot about, actually one that my parents are worried about because they're car shopping right now, is with an electric vehicle, the weather. If it gets too cold, is that going to be an issue with like charging it, starting it, anything like that?
Electric vehicles can be charged in the rain. You won't get electrified, which is important here in the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yes.
And also, unless it's extremely cold, like Midwest 20 degrees below zero, 30 degrees below zero, cold weather will reduce the range of a vehicle, maybe 25 or 30%. But the fact of the matter is these cars that are now getting 250, 300 miles of range, if you're charging, every other day and you're driving the normal amount, it's not an issue. Also, you don't realize it, but in cold weather, your gasoline power car is a lot less efficient. It's just, you're just used to just putting more gas in it.
True. Okay, we got to get to the cars. First up, affordability, two cars that you like. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 is number one. Tell me about this one.
It's a great vehicle. The video that we're putting up here shows the XRT version, which is essentially more of an off-road type of vehicle. You can see it's got like digital camo there and recovery points. Consider it sort of like the Subaru Forester of electric vehicles. That will easily go 260 miles. And it has the new Tesla charge port right there.
It's snazzy.
That is what the industry is going to. It can charge at Tesla supercharger stations. It's much better to charge at home. Charging at home is about a fraction of the cost. You can save over a gas-powered car about $1,000 a year in fueling costs.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one is the Chevrolet Equinox EV. They make a gas-powered Equinox, and they also make an EV version of it. This car is actually, this is a more expensive one, but you can get this car in front-wheel drive with over 300 miles of range. And with the federal tax credit, you're looking at under $30,000. It's about the size of a Honda CR-V.
Gosh.
Everybody loves that size. These are great vehicles.
I really like the look of that one a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
and electric vehicles do things gas-powered can't. Let's talk about that. You have one too you want to discuss, a GMC.
Yeah, okay, so the GMC Sierra EV is super cool. As you can see here, it goes extremely fast, like Porsche fast, 0 to 60
what?
in 3.5 seconds. Also, it's got this feature that the back behind the back window where you're sitting in the back seat. My friend Martin and I are doing it. See, the back window comes off and it snaps into that back area there, and then that folds down. You can carry something 11 feet long in this vehicle. That and its sister, the Chevrolet Silverado EV, are the only ones to do that. And as you can see, it's very easy. We just, fold it back up, put that in there. But also, they don't have engines, right? So instead of an engine, you have a trunk in front.
This is blowing my mind right now. Everyone's going to hit you up for moving with this one. You're going to be like nonstop getting the phone calls.
Yeah, and the thing is that pickup trucks don't have trunks, right? So this gives you a secure place to put things. The range on this vehicle is 450 miles.
Oh, wow. Okay, I want to get to the last one too. You say it's all about the charging. What do we need to know and consider?
Charge at home. It's much less expensive. This is an electric vehicle, but it also has an engine. This is a concept called plug-in hybrid, and this is my cave of a garage. This Volvo XC60 will go about 35 miles on a charge, but when you run out of electric power, it just switches seamlessly to gas-powered car. I have two plug-in hybrids, a Chevy Volt and a Cadillac ELR. Typically, we put a tank of gas in those vehicles every 2 or 3 months, maybe every 4 or 5 months, because typically, 30, 40 miles on electric every day.
Right.
That's all we're driving, so we never really touch the gas. But, if you road trip a lot, and you all of a sudden just need to drive to Tampa Bay, Florida, plug-in hybrids are great.
Amazing. Tom, thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate it.
Sure.
And Tom is obviously a great follow on YouTube with lots of honest car reviews, from how they're made to how much they cost, and of course, how they drive.